it shine, let it shine, let it
What
shine.
a wholesome family. What an unbelievable wholesome family. No! What?
You'll wake the baby.
Oh my god. This is one of the most incredible fight scenes there has ever been. Props to Koichi Sakamoto, props to the stunt actors, the actors.
That'll teach him to monkey around. Get it? The monkey bars.
And especially that one man that apparently nearly died during this.
This young son in the costume off of the top of a thing, and he like jumped backwards and then like landed upside down on his head as a rhino on the slide and then fell off. It was bad. It's like, oh, and we come back eventually, but it was, yeah, terrifying guy.
Flynn, get the team together.
Aye, roger that. We're just tidying up a bit over here.
This team is so unserious. Also, listen to the sound design.
What's going on? This can't be right. The coordinates are right where we're standing.
Power Rangers RPM is so insanely polished.
I'm going in myself. Go back.
We're taking fire!
Ending Academy Simulation 42.
Scott, our Red Ranger, is a man clouded in a shadow, the shadow of his older brother. Scott struggled in training and always found himself being second place, and in some cases not even, as his father is looking for someone to become second leader to the Eagle Squadron alongside his older brother, not even looking his way.
We're flying dark.
Follow me.
Okay.
I love the way RPM handles focus episodes as they directly parallel the actual story and happening events without slowing things down. It keeps the backstory and the current plot flowing in tandem.
Doc K, downmorph the remote croc carrier Zord.
Downmorphing and launching of new remote Zord initiated.
Speaking of current plot, the Croc Carrier Zord, a Zord meant to be piloted without a present Ranger, goes off the rails, crashing into the city's energy tower.
Apparently I miscalculated the required energy levels needed to properly power the remote carrier.
Miscalculated, you mean,
It has happened before, you know.
The Zord needs more energy than what was initially given, meaning it needs what's called a core reactor.
You said the whole unmanned Zord thing would work.
Theoretically.
But you said we'd be needing it.
We will.
Then how do you possibly expect us?
Just relax, guys.
The only person that knows the whereabouts of something like this is Scott, as his brother once needed it to power his aircraft. The plan then was to man the skies while the human population piled inside the dome before the shields were raised when the city of Corinth initially was under attack.
What's our exit plan? How do we get our birds home once the city shields are raised?
What's the matter, little brother? You want to live forever?
What does that mean? See, I don't understand that phrase. Like, why is he questioning his own brother wanting to make sure they come back alive? Like, what kind of ew? To make matters worse, General Truman, Scott's father, tells him to stand down, not to go in with the rest of the squadron.
I don't take orders from you. Not anymore, sir.
Really? Then why are you saluting?
There's some layers to this. Truman is a protective father. He's not in the wrong for wanting to protect his son and keep him alive. At the same time, he's not allowing himself to trust in his son to get the job done, despite him now being Red Ranger and a key defender of the city, let alone leader of the team. Scott's plan is to go in alone to retrieve the core reactor, which is dangerous as is, but he's never been allowed to go in and do anything on his own, so how would anyone know what he can and can't handle? Especially when he knows his own escape plan, unlike his brother in the past. It would be different if something had happened to him beforehand and he was just going in reckless, but it seems he's always been restrained when the thought of a solo plan were in order.
Sensors tracking movement. Blocking location.
Ugh, I was having my best dream too.
Wait, where's Scott?
Wait, what was the dream? Wait, guys, wait, hold on. Flynn got something to say. What was the dream, bro? Scott takes off to get the reactor while the team worries about his well-being, and Dr. K plays an audio recording of Marcus dying in his plane from the Battle of Corinth. What an asshole.
Eagle 1, we are taking fire. We are taking fire.
During the Battle of Corinth, Marcus was hit by enemy fire while in fight after not properly listening to Scott's suggestions as they fought together. This is where Scott met and was picked up by Summer, and they both sped into the dome before the shields closed. In the present day, after finding the reactor, Scott gets ambushed but promptly rushed back to the dome by General Truman.
Hicks, you waiting for a light to change? No, sir.
while things got tough and Truman came to his aid out of fear to bring him back, he hadn't put his full trust in him.
This was reckless and dangerous. If Marcus were here...
If Marcus were here, he would have done it himself.
Realizing this, he finally allows Scott to make his own decision.
RPM! Get in gear!
Scott acts as team leader, which means he makes the call for his team. While you can stand down to the leader's actions, up to this point he's never let anyone down and knows his ways around a situation, something his father failed to properly see until after the city had been saved again for that day.
Black, green, you're our go for crop carrier sequencing.
At the end of the episode, we find that the late Marcus Truman, Scott's brother, did in fact recommend Scott to be second squad leader before he passed. The story of the Trumans is upsetting, but one that continues the theme of trust that Power Rangers RPM had holding over its premise. General Truman knew Scott could be a great leader, even as second in command, but the death of Marcus held him back from ever letting that into motion. It's heartbreaking, but gratifying knowing that while this was happening, Scott's been defending the city and world as Red Ranger piloting the Eagle Zord. Ranger Red did an amazing job at relaying the backstory of this family and setting up things to come. Ranger Operator Series Red.
Helen, Emilia, Andrew, Austin, Autistic Disney, Chaco, Grim, Ian, Luke, Matthew.